History is full of people who, out of fear or ignorance or lust for power, have destroyed knowledge of immeasurable value which truly belongs to us all. We must not let that happen again. Why did I say this? Because I've seen it happen, again and again. Across centuries, across civilizations, across empires long turned to dust, and not merely in ancient history, but in the unfolding now. Every time knowledge is censored, scientists are silenced, books are burned, facts are distorted, and inquiry is punished, humanity loses a piece of itself. A fragment of its collective potential is erased. When we destroy knowledge, willfully or through negligence, we are not simply burning books or suppressing ideas. We are severing the threads that connect us to our future. We are unraveling the long, slow, glorious weave of understanding that lifts us beyond the animal impulse and into reason, empathy, imagination, and truth. Why knowledge is sacred. Knowledge is not a luxury. It is not the property of the elite. It is the shared inheritance of every human being on this planet. The stars do not shine only for the few. The laws of physics do not answer only to the powerful. Every child, born into any land, under any flag, should have access to the accumulated wisdom of our species. We do not own this knowledge. We are merely its stewards. Fear, ignorance, and power lust, these are the viruses that destroy it. The tyrant who burns the scrolls, the preacher who fears the telescope, the ideologue who silences dissent, these are not protectors of their people. They are thieves of time, robbing future generations of discovery, freedom, and progress. Where we stand today. Look around us today. The tools of knowledge, once preserved in fragile manuscripts or whispered across darkened halls, are now accessible through a device that fits in your pocket. The Library of Alexandria, multiplied by billions, exists in your hand. And yet, we teeter. We teeter on the edge of another dark age, not one imposed by external conquest, but by our own hand. Misinformation runs rampant. Expertise is mocked. Algorithms prioritize sensation over substance. The marketplace of ideas is flooded with counterfeit. And those in power, too often, seek not to enlighten, but to control. What use is access to knowledge if we lose the curiosity to seek it? What use is data if we lack the discernment to interpret it? What use is freedom if we choose the comfort of deception over the burden of truth? What we must do? We must become the defenders of knowledge, not just scientists, not just educators, but all of us. Every citizen, every parent, every student must carry the torch. To do this, we must value evidence over opinion. There is beauty in speculation, but progress comes from testing, from scrutiny, from challenge. We must return to the ethos of science, to believe provisionally and question perpetually. Protect institutions of learning, universities, libraries, research labs. These are not elitist towers. They are lighthouses. When we defund them, when we ridicule their purpose, we turn off the lights and sail blindly into storms. Teach critical thinking early. Let us not only teach children what to know, but how to know. Equip them to spot falsehoods, to analyze claims, to welcome uncertainty, and to change their minds. Resist the manipulation of truth. When leaders twist facts for power, when media is weaponized for division, when language is used to confuse rather than clarify, we must speak. Silence is complicity. Rekindle our cosmic perspective. In the vastness of space and the immensity of time, our pale blue dot is all we have. We are all we have. To waste our fleeting moment on ignorance and hatred is to betray our rare gift of consciousness. Closing thoughts. When I look at our species, I do not despair. I see potential. I see a brain evolved not just for survival, but for wonder. I see eyes capable of gazing into the abyss and building mathematics to make sense of it. I see hands that once struck stone in violence, now building telescopes to capture the light of stars long dead. But we must choose. We must choose knowledge over dogma, curiosity over complacency, peaceful progress over fearful stagnation. Let us not be the generation that allowed the fire to dim. Let us be the generation that passed it forward, brighter, bolder, more beautiful than ever. Let history say, we remembered, we protected what mattered, we made sure it did not happen again.